All right, let's just jump right in. Dan Brown's The Secret of Secrets. Wow, it's this total maze of ancient myths, modern-day conspiracies, and a central mystery that, seriously, keeps you guessing right up until the very end. So, in this explainer, we're going to break down that super intricate plot, piece by piece, and really unlock the secrets at its heart.
Just listen to that. You are going to die. That's how this whole thing begins. We're not starting in a quiet classroom or some dusty museum. Nope, we're thrown straight into a terrifying premonition. It's a line from Katherine Solomon's Nightmare, and believe me, it sets the stage for a day where dreams and reality are about to smash into each other in the most violent way you can imagine.
So, where does the story kick off? The beautiful ancient city of Prague. And of course, that's where we find our guy, symbologist Robert Langdon, who, as usual, finds himself in exactly the wrong place at exactly the wrong time. I mean, he wakes up totally peaceful, and then just minutes later, his entire world is just thrown into absolute chaos.
And just look at how fast things start moving. The pace is absolutely breathtaking. It all starts the night before, right? You've got this controversial lecture and then a really brutal murder. Flash forward to 7 a.m. and boom, a bomb threat at Langdon's hotel. And get this, just 2 minutes later, he's on the run being hunted by Czech intelligence. The entire story, the whole thing, unfolds in just 12 hours of pure chaos.
Okay, so you've got to be asking yourself, why? Why all this chaos? What is everybody so desperate to either get their hands on or, destroy? Well, the answer? It's a book. But trust me, this is not just any book.
This right here, this is the heart of the whole conflict. Katherine Solomon, she's this brilliant scientist who studies consciousness. She's written a manuscript that basically promises to completely change how we understand the human mind. We're talking about a work so groundbreaking, so world-changing, that there's this really powerful, shadowy group that will do anything to stop it from ever seeing the light of day.
And this really shows you the scale of the operation they've mounted against her work. I mean, this isn't just a simple theft. It is a systematic, total erasure. Her publisher's military-grade servers wiped clean. Her editor, Jonas Fachman, all the way over in New York, literally abducted right off the street. The message couldn't be clearer. This idea can't just be stopped. It has to be completely and totally eliminated.
So, while Langdon and Solomon are literally fighting for their lives, there's this terrifying figure stalking the snowy streets of Prague, a killer who honestly seems like he's walked straight out of some ancient legend.
And this becomes the huge question that just hangs over the first half of the book. Who or what is the Golem? Is it a person? A monster? Some kind of ghost? Who is this assassin, covered in clay, who's carrying out these incredibly brutal attacks? Okay, to really get a handle on this killer, you first have to understand the myth behind the name. The original Golem of Prague was a protector, you see. It was this being made from clay, brought to life by a rabbi to defend his people. And the way you turned it on, you'd write the Hebrew word for truth, emet, on its forehead. It was this powerful symbol of justice. But, yeah, this modern golem is not protecting the innocent. Not at all. This thing is a terrifying force, covered in wet clay, slinking through the night, and it's seeking a very different kind of truth, one that's all tied up with vengeance. This isn't about protection, it's about payback. So, how do all these pieces start to fit together? You've got the bomb threat, the stolen manuscript, this mythical killer running around. Well, it turns out they all lead back to one single place. A top-secret CIA project hidden deep, deep beneath the city of Prague.
And the goal of this project, it's as simple as it is absolutely terrifying. They're not trying to build a new bomb or launch a new satellite. No, their target is much closer to home. It's internal. They want to see what's inside your head, your memories, your dreams, your private thoughts.
So how on earth are they planning to do that? Well, by weaponizing the exact theory that Katherine Solomon is writing about in her stolen manuscript. It's this idea called nonlocal consciousness. Basically, it suggests our brains don't create our thoughts, they're more like radios, just tuning in to a broadcast that's already out there. So if you can build a better radio, you can listen in on everything.
And right here, this is the whole conspiracy laid out for us. It starts years ago when the CIA steals Katherine's groundbreaking thesis about artificial neurons. They take that research, they build Project Threshold, this secret lab in Prague, and in that lab, they start developing brain implants. And their ultimate goal? To create the perfect spy. A psychic spy who can literally read minds. It's like the ultimate surveillance state fantasy, but they're making it terrifyingly real.
And here, this is it. The whole mystery unravels with the biggest twist in the entire book. The Golem isn't some ancient monster. It's an alter ego, a second personality created inside the mind of Sasha Vesna, a young test subject from Project Threshold. See, to cope with the horrific trauma of the experiments, her mind literally fractured. It created the Golem to be a violent protector. And the craziest part? Sasha has zero memory of anything the Golem does. They are two separate minds, trapped in a single body.
So, okay, the mystery is solved. But now the story becomes something more than just a thriller. It really turns into a battle for the future of the human mind itself. And it asks this incredibly profound question. What's the right way to use this kind of power?
And this really boils the central conflict down to its core. On one hand, you have Katherine. She saw her research as a path to enlightenment, right? A way to expand human consciousness for the good of everyone. But on the other hand, you have the CIA, led by this ruthless guy, Mr. Finch, and they saw it as a weapon, a tool for total information dominance and control. It's that timeless question you see with any powerful new technology. Are we going to use it to free people or to control them?
And then, in a really poetic turn of events, the mythical protector actually does what it was in a way created to do. The Golem, Sasha's alter ego, born from all that trauma, it turns on its creators. It completely destroys the lab and kills Mr. Finch, bringing the whole sinister project crashing down in this massive explosion beneath Folimanco Park. The weapon itself becomes the judge.
And this quote from the novel, man, it just perfectly captures why any of this matters. The story is basically arguing that the wars of the future, they're not going to be fought with tanks or jets. They're going to be fought over information, over thought, over consciousness itself. The fight for control is moving inside us, to the very source of who we are.
And that right there is the question the book leaves us with. Now that this kind of technology is a possibility, the battle for the mind has officially begun. And it's a chilling thought, because it goes way beyond fiction, doesn't it? I mean, as we develop AI that can predict what we're going to do, and new tech that can literally connect to our brains, you have to wonder, who out there is building the next Project Threshold? And are they going to use it for our enlightenment or for their control?